Hey guys, I don't even know what the quality of this video is going to be like because obviously I'm outside and it's dark already. It's like, I think almost close to 8 o'clock and it's Thursday night. I'm just about to go and start my run for the evening and like per usual I'm doing about 10K. Prior to this race I've been running each distance I've been running a couple times a week is 10K, so I'm doing about 30K at least a week just to prepare myself mentally, even though I know that the race that I'm doing is only going to be about 5 to 6K. I want to be able to have that extra couple kilometers, mostly just because I'm going to a country that I've never been to and I have no idea what the environment's going to be like. I don't have a clue what the air is going to be like. Oh, there you go. See me a little bit now. I'm walking towards a street lamp so we can have a bit of a chat before I start running. Again, I don't know how much you can hear of this because it is super windy tonight and I'm actually kind of cold and I'm shaking, but I know it's gonna stop, like all the shaking is gonna stop once I actually start running. But this is a great example. The reason I wanted to start the video now is because I wanted to make this and just put this out there and make this a great example of why training isn't easy and going to the gym isn't easy when you're tired. You've worked a 9-hour shift every day this week. I've had to stay late at work, not because I've absolutely had to, but well, kind of. Okay, never mind, that's kind of a lie. I've had to because it's just been a later night and I'm tired. My body is sore all week from training and lifting. I gave myself last night the night off, but still I'm tired. My body is sore because I've just been lifting and I've been running and I've been biking and I've just been doing so much lately that my body's just feeling it, and almost every single day I'm just waking up super sore. But this is a part of the game, and this is just it. When you start training, when you start working out, it's not supposed to be easy, and this is why not everybody's in shape, and this is why not everybody can do what some people do every single day, which is run or bike or train, go to the gym, run races, or triathletes, or do crazy shit. And instead of just watching everybody in awe or wanting that six-pack or God knows whatever your dream are or your goals, your quote-unquote goals are, you got to start achieving them. You got to go out there and actually do it. So I'm about to go do mine, and this is not going to be easy. It's freaking cold, and I don't know. I'll see you guys when I'm done and when I'm heading towards the gym, but this is going to be an interesting one. It's cold. It's not even as cold as what it's supposed to be in Iceland. As far as when I'm going, it's supposed to be about -7. I think like that's the highest it'll get as far as the like freezing temperature, which I'm used to here with being in Toronto and being in Canada. It's gone all the way up to like above -40 in my lifetime. So as far as the cold goes, I'm not scared of it. I actually prefer the cold over the heat any day. But again, it's cold, it's dark, doesn't matter, no excuse. So I'm about to start running and I will see you guys in a little bit. So I'm not even done my run. I'm actually halfway through my run. But I cannot wait any longer to do this rant because I've literally been thinking about it since the minute I started it. And I thought about talking about this at the end of my run. On my way to the gym, so I get some one-on-one time with you guys. But since I actually have some light and you can see my face, and it's not as windy here, but if it still is windy, I apologize. I need to get this fucking out because it annoys the hell out of me, and it's so frustrating, and I know I'm not the only one. So I know that big butts are like the thing now, and they have been for the last couple of years. And as a woman who has a bigger butt than most women and has thicker thighs and bigger hips and all that, I've learned, of course, to love my body and love everything about it and the curves. And I still don't understand the male reaction to a big butt or a good-looking butt, or whatever the hell that means. But the problem, as good as all that positivity is, and the actual physical butt is great and all that, this is not where that rant is going. Where this rant is going is basically in the direction of nothing fucking fits. that's my issue when it comes to having a bigger butt. My pants don't stay up. My shorts don't stay up when it comes to working out and training and doing all of that. Though ironically, how a lot of this stuff is designed, it's designed specifically for athletes, and I would assume a lot of athletes out there, no matter whether you're a runner or a tennis player, generally runners tend to be a little bit more on the slimmer side because they are burning so many calories, because they're putting their bodies through a lot more work. They tend to be on the thinner side because it's just easier to run longer distances with less weight on your body. So that obviously makes sense. I'm going to sit down for a second because there's light here. You can see me. All right. So obviously when there are tennis players, people who pace up and down fields for an hour, 2 hours, soccer players, hockey players, those women generally tend to have more muscle on them, have thicker thighs, have thicker legs, and bigger butts. It's just kind of nature. When you tend to work out more and lift more, you gain muscle, and sometimes it's around your hips and your butt. I am kind of a mix of both. It's just good genetics and as well as training and working out. So the big problem that I have, and I've had for many years, not only do I have issues with finding jeans that fit, I have yet to find a pair of leggings that I can actually run long distances in that'll stay up. The only pair of shorts that I have found that stay up are a pair of shorts that I think I've had for over 5 years. I think I've actually had them for longer than 5 years. I think they're a pair of New Balance. I will put a picture of them here if I find one. And my Under Armour compression shorts that are 7 inches long. Anything shorter than that just rolls up, rides up, and just does not stay in place. I am not one of those girls that can get away with the tiny booty shorts, and basically, like, if I want to sit down, they're perfect. They're cute, they're colorful, they're fun. They're always cut and designed really fun, but the reality is that they just simply, goddamn wind. The reality is they're not designed to work out in. At least they don't work for me. The minute I do any sort of a movement, they start riding up into my ass, and it is not comfortable. The only pair of leggings that I've recently found that kind of do the job are the ones that I have on right now. And I will, again, post a picture here if I can find one. They're a pair of Under Armour leggings, and I think, obviously, the conclusion I'm coming to is that Under Armour is probably one of the only companies out there that I have found out of many, many, many companies that I have come across and I've tried on and I've tried that actually do what they're supposed to do, which is really, really disappointing. And I mean, there should be more options out there, especially with giant companies look, I love Nike, and I've wanted to love Nike for a really long time, and I do like their sports bras and some of their shirts, but that's about it. The other stuff just simply doesn't fit me or doesn't work, and it's crazy to me that they're designed to fit athletes. And look, I'm not an athlete. I don't claim to be an athlete, but I'm also not necessarily overweight, but I'm also not necessarily a size 2. Either way, a girl with curves should be able to fit into Nike gear, considering it's designed for women with curves and muscles. That's my biggest grief with Nike. So I'm almost throwing this rant out there and kind of this weird vlog that I'm putting together tonight as maybe a possible sponsorship or a collaboration. I mean, would this ever happen? I don't know. Maybe in a million years, maybe not. I have no clue if this would actually happen. And if Under Armour, if you're listening, good job as far as the semi-fitting clothes. Like, for the most part, it fits. Does it stay up? No, I have to keep pulling them up. Are they your running leggings? Yes, they're designed for running. Do they stay up? No, they don't. Do I know what the answer is as far as finding a pant that is cut properly and sized and designed properly? Maybe a little bit. I've had many years in experiencing as far as retail, getting women to try stuff on. Personally, many years of training and working out and running races and seeing what works and what doesn't. So I kind of have some idea of what works, and I'm holding the mic right now in my hand. That's why I've got a fist up to my chest. So I hope you guys can actually semi-hear me in this wind. But if Under Armour, if you're out there and you're listening and you want to do a collaboration, or you are willing to maybe sponsor me for this Iceland trip that I'm doing in December, because I am going to Iceland, which I talked in my last video. I've posted that video. If you guys want to go check it out, I will leave it in the link in the description box down below. I am going to Iceland to run a race, and I'm going to need gear that actually fits and works for me. And I'm really nervous that I'm not going to find a pair of leggings that are going to be warm enough, that are going to have compression in them, and they're going to stay up. Like, I would almost suffer not being warm for them to just stay the fuck up, for them to stay in place and do what they're supposed to do. But so far, I have not found a single pair of leggings that do that. So whether it's Under Armour or any of you companies out there that understand that women's bodies have curves and that we're not all very petite or very slim and we need shit to stay up, please get in touch with me. Please send me a message. Please just let me know if I even have to spend my own money. This is obviously not a sponsored video. I am down to spend whatever money to try leggings or clothing or activewear that actually works, because this is stuff I use almost every single day. I'm at the gym almost every single day. So I don't care what it is. If it works, I'm down to pay for it. And I think that's most people out there. Most people are willing to pay for things that actually work. And when it comes to colors and design and all that fun stuff and making your clothing actually look fun, I mean, that's a whole nother layer and a whole nother rant I can get into, because I find that a lot of brands' clothing is actually very boring. The men's stuff tends to be a lot more fun the way it's designed, especially Under Armour. I'm talking to you guys. I own a couple of men's items from your collection because it just fits. And I'm lucky because I have really broad shoulders, so it fits. The colors are so much more fun. The patterns, it's designed a lot better. So I think you could reach a market that Nike took them a couple of years to figure it out and realize that the women, if it's something that's designed really well and looks really fucking cool, they will spend the money and buy. I think you need to get on that, because I think you can make a hell of a lot more money in the women's collections if it was just a lot more, if the colors were right, if they were designed better, if the patterns were chosen better. I think that's what's seriously lacking in your collections. So I thank you if you guys are watching this video. Thank you for listening to me rant. I was planning again to finish my run. I'm only halfway through this run, and I need to get my ass going, because I'm halfway through this workout and I still have to go to the gym and lift some weights to finish my workout for the night. But we will maybe chat when I get closer to my end my end goal at the moment, because again, I'm only halfway done. But if any of you are listening, thank you for listening to me rant. For any of you ladies out there, or maybe a couple of you men out there that have found collections or clothing or brands that work better for you, or you could recommend to me, I'm down to honestly try anything at this point that will stay up and that will work for me. And that, you know, if it looks great, if it looks cool, that's an added bonus. But right now, I just need any company out there, any brand out there, to just send me an email or send me a link to your website so I can check out your clothing and hopefully actually get a chance to try it, buy it, and try it, because I am in desperate need of new gear that's going to keep me warm and do the job. That's all I'm asking for, just clothing that does the job. Anyways, I will see you guys in a couple of minutes. Obviously, you'll see me a lot sooner than this run will be done, but I'll see you guys in a little bit. So, I decided to end my run just a little bit earlier. Just a little bit. But as you can hear, the water, I'm right by the lake, which is going crazy right now. And the wind is out of control, so I'm sure you guys are hearing that. And I apologize again for that. But I've run about 9 kilometers from my starting point to middle to now. I'm back to almost my starting point, but I have to pee really bad. So I feel like if I run any further, I'm totally gonna pee myself. So, but overall, tonight's run was actually a lot easier than I expected it to be. Look, as fit as I may seem, I definitely struggle with running. Even now, running as many kilometers as I did this summer, between races, between training and all that, running is still something I struggle with every time I go for a run. It's not something that comes easy to me, and it's not necessarily the physical aspect of it, because I deal with pain really well. I like torturing myself when it comes to training or races or all that. Like the physical pain, like the soreness, the cramps, all of that, that's like half the reason I do this stuff, is because I really enjoy it, because it feels like I'm really doing something meaningful to my body in a way. It feels like I'm really pushing myself, and it feels like I'm actually putting effort into something when I feel some sort of pain, which I know may sound a little crazy, but for some of you, you may get it. For those of you who actually work out and push and lift weights and do all that. But as far as this run goes, this is like the beginning. This is probably like the first day where the weather is only going to get worse. It's only going to get colder. It's only going to get more wet with the rain if it decides to rain more. It's only going to snow. And until December, I still have a long way to go until I go to Iceland to go run Spartan. And I mean, the environment there, it's going to be cold. It's probably, like, I don't even know what to expect environment-wise, because it's somewhere I've never been before. It looks stunning. It looks like it's going to be gorgeous. But as far as that goes, like, I don't know. I want to make this as relatable to you all as I possibly can, because the reality is running isn't easy for a lot of people. Anytime I bring up to anybody that, oh, I've run this far or I've run that far, a lot of people like cringe and can't even imagine running a kilometer, which is, in a way, it's almost sad, because I know a lot of people could probably do it and don't give themselves enough credit and don't put up the effort. And it's not easy. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm covered in sweat. I'm dying of heat right now. I probably should have worn less than I did tonight, even though it's much cooler tonight than it's been the last couple of days. I'm covered in mud. There was one point on this route which I didn't expect. I almost wiped out. Almost wiped out in mud. And fell on my ass, almost. I'm almost guaranteeing that I'm covered in goose shit, because there's goose poop just everywhere along this trail and just all along the lake, which is where I was running. And it just wasn't easy. It's, again, the reason that it's not the easiest thing for me to do is mostly just because I have a hard time getting out of my head. That's half the battle for me when it comes to running, is just blanking out and tuning out. And I think that's what we all struggle with nowadays, is really just tuning out, just shutting out all the stress, turning off our phones, turning off all our devices, and just enjoying the peace and quiet and the silence. It's so difficult to do that, and it's so hard for me to just shut my brain off and run most of the time. That's something that I'm struggling with every single time I go for a run. Though, ironically, I seem to do it pretty well when race day comes around, but I think that's a huge mix of adrenaline and just the excitement of the fact that I'm running a race that day. But really, try and find somebody that'll motivate you, and somebody that sets realistic goals for you or can help you set realistic goals. The fact that even my boss knows how hard I work out. He knows that I'm going on this big race and this big trip. And the simplest thing of him just asking me if I was going to go for a run motivated me to go for a run tonight. And it's not that I necessarily want to impress him, but it's just, he's like almost the voice inside my head that's making me go out and run. Like, obviously he's not actually making me go out and do it, but it's just like that bit of confidence boost of being able to go to work tomorrow and mentioning it, or if he brings up, oh hey, did you run last night, or how far did you run? And being able to say, oh yeah, I did actually end up going for a run, and I ran this far in this amount of time, and it felt good, and you know, I feel a little bit sore. I do have to say, I experienced something really weird tonight, which I don't think I've ever experienced. Like, the muscle right between, like, right above and below my butt cheek just started spasming just a little bit, and it wasn't extremely painful. It just felt super weird. I don't think I've ever felt that muscle do that, which is just, it just threw me off, and it was right at the beginning of the run too, so I'm just like, I hope this doesn't turn into something a lot more painful. But anyways, I do want to talk to you guys about something, but why don't we do it where we got a little bit more light, a lot less wind, and just a little bit more quiet. Just, you know what, here, hold on, give me a second. And we're back. So obviously today is a different day, and I have a full face of makeup on, so this is sometime after my run. It's actually Saturday morning, and I just wanted to do some sort of an outro and talk a little bit more towards the end of this video and show you guys the pairs of shorts that I was talking about. So these are the New Balance shorts that I was telling you guys about, that I've had for probably over 5 years, so much so that the like branding is almost completely washed out. But these shorts have lasted me for so many years. They are really great running shorts. They seem really short. I know that was like my first reaction when I had first seen them years ago, when the rep had came in and I had spoken to the rep and she was showing us all different models of shorts, and those were one of them. I could not believe that those were like acceptable running shorts, or acceptable shorts at all in general, like the length of them. But they have been through and through the best pair of running shorts, workout shorts I've ever had. And I've gone through many Nike pairs, I've gone through many random other brands, and these are the only ones tried and true that have stick through it all and have lasted the longest and done the best job. The ones that I've recently purchased and that I've had now for I think 2 years are the Under Armour compression ones. These are the 7-inch long shorts that I've had, that I've run a couple Spartans in, and these are the newest shorts that have done the best job for me in recent time. Overall, they are probably the only other option that I have as far as shorts go to work out in. I'm trying to find the best lighting. And maybe right there, yeah, we're good, okay. Basically why I made that rant, or why I couldn't get it off my chest, like why I had to get it off my chest, is because it is incredibly frustrating. And I know, like I've said a dozen times in this video, it's incredibly frustrating not being able to find anything that doesn't fit as far as pants go, or shorts go, or jeans go, or bottoms go. It's tough, and it's just like a girl with big boobs who has a tough time finding maybe tops that fit or bras that fit properly. It's basically, it's like the same thing but just different body parts. It's very frustrating as somebody who tries to live a very active lifestyle, and somebody like I'm really kind of stressing out about this trip because I don't know if I'm gonna find gear that's going to do the job for me. Like, I need to find warm clothing. I need to find warm leggings that don't look just cute. Like, I need them to stay up. I need them to perform with me. And I haven't found anything so far. And I'm going today shopping, and I'm gonna hope and see, like, I'm hoping I find something. I'm hoping that I can come across something. And like, I didn't make clear maybe in the first part of this video or in the rant part of this video, is that I have no problem spending the money on something that's gonna work. I understand. And after working in retail for almost 5 years, I've learned what makes an amazing product. I understand what brands do go above and beyond to create an amazing product. And in that regard, I also understand why some things are really expensive and why some things are, you know, maybe cheaper. And the things that are cheaper are generally not necessarily the best quality because they are using less expensive fabrics, because they are trying to factor that into their cost and into the price of the shorts or clothing. And with the brands that are more expensive, like Arc'teryx, which I've talked about over the years on this channel, and I mean, I love Arc'teryx still through and through. Their product is made to last a lifetime. Made to last a lifetime. I don't feel like they've wavered under the pressure of, you know, creating the best and the newest thing and feeling like their customers aren't going to come back the next year and spend the $300-400 on a jacket because they already have a $300-400 jacket that's going to last them a lifetime, which just simply isn't true. Like myself, I've met many other customers and many other people who love products that work for them and that actually do the job. So if it's a product, if it's something like a jacket or a pair of pants or whatever, using maybe Arc'teryx as an example, using Arc'teryx basically for me, I know I've purchased a couple of their products and I have 2 of their coats. One is my snowboard jacket and one is just their basic shell. And would I buy another one? Hell yeah. Even though these are supposed to last me a lifetime, the product alone is made so well. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that yes, they are expensive. They are not cheap. And, you know, it definitely costs more to, you know, purchase these products, and not everybody can afford them. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody or rub it in anybody's face. It is really expensive. And do I want to blow $400 on a pair of leggings? Absolutely not, especially if they're not going to work for me. But am I willing to spend a little bit more? Am I willing to spend something? Like, the point of this video was not to get free products or free gear or try and get a sponsorship. If that happens, that'd be amazing. But again, I'm just an average day person trying to live my best life and trying to stay active and trying to promote that and trying, basically at the end of the day, I'm just an everyday person that eats junk food, that tries to eat healthy all at the same time, that does drink once in a while, that works out on a regular basis like 4 to 5 times a week and runs at least 3 times a week and about 10K. I try and live a healthy, active lifestyle, but I'm still, you know, I'm still human. I love food. I do not restrict my diet because I just don't believe in it. I don't care. I will still to this day eat whatever it is I want because at the end of the day, it's just, I just love food too much. I think that's just as simple as it is. I love food way too much, and I like good tasting alcohol. And at the end of the day, I want to make this as relatable to anybody else, and at the same time, hopefully motivate somebody to do something that is totally out of your comfort zone, whether it's doing a race that's in your city or in your state or in your province, or flying out of the country for the first time and doing a race outside of your own country, or doing something crazy, or just doing something as simple as just going for a run and running as far as you can, even if it's only for like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, just being able to do something because it makes you feel good and because you want to take you want to take the steps forward and to make yourself a better person health-wise. Like, that's the whole point of me running these races and doing all of this, is because I am capable of doing these things. I don't have any health issues, and I'm so incredibly lucky to be in a position that I can get up in the morning, and if I wanted to go for a run this morning, I could do so. I wouldn't have to contemplate it. I wouldn't have to put certain, I wouldn't have to put certain things on. I wouldn't have to take certain pills. I would just be able to get up and do it. And that, to me, is a very, I'm trying to find the right word. It is not an honor, but very similar to that. I'm blanking right now, but it's a privilege. It's a serious privilege to be healthy, considering a lot of people in the world are not healthy. And I'm very lucky that I live in a country where if I do get sick, I can go get free healthcare, or I can go get taken care of. And at the end of the day, I want to take advantage of my health as best as I can, and really pay my body the respect that it deserves, and really put the effort out into working out and training and doing crazy things like these races and really pushing myself. I think we are very soft. I don't think that people who live in the city, live maybe life necessarily to the fullest. I think we are soft. I think we've gotten very soft with kind of our lifestyles. Like, if I want to go get food, I'm 10 minutes around the corner. I'm 10 minutes down the street from anywhere I can get, like, any restaurant, any corner store, any grocery store, like, I can get food anywhere. I don't have to worry about it, which is a serious luxury. And I think that's also another reason why a lot of people do these races, is because our lives have become very boring. We don't have a reason to push ourselves anymore. And this gives me a reason to push myself beyond the general limit or the normal limit. So anyways, I know this has been such a random video and a lot of me talking and yammering and a lot of wind and dark and terrible audio, and I apologize for that, now. But I hope some of you get something out of this. And for any of the brands out there, whether you want to reach out or not, at the end of the day, if you don't, that's totally cool. But really take into consideration the people you are making your clothing for, because that seriously, it would seriously benefit you and your sales. And I know a lot of companies don't care, they just care about the bottom line, and that's really upsetting. They care about making the money and making everything as uniform as possible just so they can push it out faster. But if companies really cared about their products a lot more and gearing them towards the customers, I think you guys would be better off. Just saying, because I've seen a lot of brands go down. I mean, is a brand like Nike gonna go down anytime soon? Probably, obviously not. But it would definitely benefit a lot of brands out there to start creating and making their clothing more geared towards, people that are actually using it. Anyways, I need to end this video because this video is going to be super, super long and it's me just rambling on. So I hope all of you are having a lovely weekend. I will keep you guys updated on how my shopping trip goes, and maybe I'll try and sneak some video in if I get a chance to. I'm going out with my mom, so this should be an interesting trip. But overall, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try and maybe vlog some of it. Do something that scares you every day. Apparently that's really good for you.